I don't know about you, but this is one of those moments where you wake up ready for qualifying, ready to see who's got speed, who's bluffing, who's sandbagging, and then the rain just wipes it all out just like that. And suddenly, the whole vibe of race weekend shifts. Because when qualifying gets cancelled at a place like Atlanta, it's not just about losing a session. It changes the energy. It changes the way teams approach Sunday. It changes the way we, as fans, look at the grid. And this time, this one hits a little different. Something major just happened to the starting lineup for the 400. Something that could seriously shape how this race unfolds, especially at a track where track position kind of matters, but also kind of doesn't. And if you've been watching closely since, you already know why this situation is fascinating. Before we break it all down, do me a quick. If you're a real NASCAR fan who lives for this stuff every single week, hit that like button. Subscribe to NASCAR Nation Report because this channel is brand new and we're pushing toward our first 5,000 subscribers. If you love honest NASCAR talk from fans who actually watch every lap, you're in the right place. Here we go. Qualifying at Atlanta got completely washed out by rain. No laps, no pressure runs, no last-second drama. So NASCAR went straight to the performance metrics formula, the system they adopted a few years ago specifically for situations like this. And if you've been paying attention since last weekend, you already know what that means because sitting on the pole for the 400 is none other than. And honestly, it makes total sense, is coming off that massive win at the 500 last week. Winning the biggest race of the season automatically puts you in a strong position in the metrics formula, which factors in finishing position and owner points. So when qualifying got cancelled, the math basically handed him the number 1 starting spot. And lining up right beside him on row 1 is Joey. Now that pairing right there, that's spicy, because won the pole and the race in the first Atlanta event back in 2023, he knows how to control the air at this place. He knows how to manage the draft. But here's the twist, and this is important. Since that 2023 race, the pole winner at Atlanta has an average finish of 18th. That tells you everything about what this track has become. Atlanta now races like International Speedway and horsepower is throttled, the pack stays tight, and starting position doesn't guarantee control. It helps, sure, clean air matters, but this is pack racing. This is survival racing. And that's why this lineup is so fascinating. Because with Atlanta's current personality, drivers absolutely have a shot to run up front when the laps start winding down. You don't have to start first to be there with 10 to go, you just have to survive. Still, let's go through this entire field, because there are storylines everywhere. Row 1 and Joey. Row 2, Ricky and Chase. Row 3, Brad and Smith. Row 4, Chris and Riley. Row 5, Bubba and Josh Berry. Then you've got Noah, Daniel, William, Kyle starting. Christopher Bell starting 32nd, that's one to watch. Further back you've got Austin, Chase, Todd, Alex Bowman, BJ Leod, and JJ rounding out the 38-car field. Now here's the big picture impact. Because Atlanta races like a mini or starting up front is nice, but it's not a guarantee. In fact, sometimes being too aggressive early at these pack-style tracks puts a target on your back. The draft shuffles everything. And that's why on the pole is interesting, not because it guarantees anything, but because momentum is real. Winning the 500, then rolling into Atlanta with the top starting spot thanks to the metrics, that's confidence, that's swagger, that's a team that feels unstoppable right now. But Atlanta doesn't care about swagger. Atlanta cares about who survives. And remember, since the reconfiguration, we really haven't seen true shock winners here. Usually, it's still one of the big hitters in the mix when it matters most. So the question becomes, does keep the momentum rolling, does control the front like he did in 2023, Or does somebody buried in that chaos time the draft perfectly with 5 laps to go? That's what makes this so fun. Rain took qualifying away from us, but honestly, it just made Sunday more unpredictable, and that's why I love this sport. If you're as fired up about this as I am, hit that like button and drop your winner prediction in the comments. And if you love real NASCAR talk from someone who lives and breathes this sport every single week, subscribe to NASCAR Nation Report. We're a new channel trying to hit our first 5,000 subscribers, and we're building a community of real fans. No corporate filter, just honest racing conversation. I'll see you after the green flag. Let's go racing.